Hi, it's Rachel Smith, Business Grower, and it's the first day of my children's summer holidays, and I've just been out in the village, popped into another local business, and the owner, Jen, was like, hang on a minute, where are your children? I was like, oh, my children, they're fine, they're not here. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, because even though it's the summer, and even though many of us are running our businesses and managing our childcare, and even those who don't, perhaps your ideal clients, parents, and it might feel as if you can take the summer off, that everybody's disappeared, that it's time to put your feet up, and I'm here to tell you that that is not the case. If you do that, you are definitely going to kill your business. So that's what we're going to be talking about this morning. And then I'm going to share 5 really simple steps that you can use to ensure that you are still present in your business, but you're still taking time out, you're still enjoying yourself, and if you're juggling the whole business and childcare, that you can still do that as well with these 5 tips. And these 5 tips, when you apply them, you will also grow your business so that when you are ready to get back into business in September, you will be good to go. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So I have no children today. They are on a 24-hour sleepover play date thing, and that is definitely one of my tips is to ship your children off somewhere else. No, not really, not at all. But we'll be talking about that, because when I have managed my summers previously, I've done all sorts of things. The first one was I shut up shop. Big fat mistake. Although my clients are like myself, they're generally working parents, and yes, they're going off and they're spending time. Lots of my clients are still working. Lots of my clients are still working and juggling childcare. And what happened when I shut up shop, just for those 6 weeks, obviously, I had a great time, woohoo, I'm off, having a great time. This is why I run my business. I can be flexible around my children and my family. But actually, the reality is that any marketing that you're doing takes kind of 3 months for those results to start to come in. So you take August out of the equation, you come back into your business in September, and it's going to take until October, November, December generally for your marketing activities to start to roll in. And what happens also is that those clients that you were marketing in May, June, July, who may be getting ready to come and work with you, and all of a sudden you disappear. Perhaps you're not around in August, and it's like, oh right, okay, that person obviously isn't doing what they're doing anymore, I'll go and find somebody else who is. You really don't want that to happen, do you, in your business? So, you might be thinking, well, that's great, but I am actually juggling childcare and running a business. So I've got some really cool resources that's going to help you do that, because we're all in the same boat. And you definitely don't want to kind of take the approach that I did that first summer, where it really did take a lot of marketing in kind of September to get back. And, you just think about all that lost revenue, don't you? The money that you could have been making in August and September, in October. They're prime times. Lots of people who have a business often view September as, I'm going to come in, I'm full of energy, I'm going to really take it, my business, my life, I'm going to make some brilliant changes. And you don't want to miss out on that just because you've decided to take the summer off. And there's some, because of technology, there are some really brilliant things that you can do to ensure that your business is still visible even if you are physically not there. So that is, something that you can do really, really easily. So let me give you my kind of 5 tips on how you can grow your business gracefully this summer. And this is like how you can grow your business gracefully. This isn't like how to grow your business, be completely knackered, not enjoy your summer, feel very stressed out. And if you're looking after children, that you're so stressed out and kind of overwhelmed with everything that you start to shout at them. So it's not that at all. It's 5 graceful steps, 5 graceful steps. And that's what we want. We want grace in our business, don't we? We don't want to be all like het up and panicky. That's not the energy we want. So number one is to get organised. So you've probably already started to see some holidays. There is still time for you to get organised, and that is just to make sure that, you know, wherever you are, if you've allowed things to pile up, maybe your paperwork, maybe your invoices, maybe you haven't backed your computer up for a while, perhaps you've got notes everywhere. I'm just looking around my own space. It's time to get organised. You really want to feel as if when you do come in and work in your workspace, that it's completely clear. You're not going to get distracted thinking, oh, I should be filing that, I should be doing this, I should be sending this invoice. Make sure that now that you are completely up to date. So even if you have to spend 3 or 4 hours over the next couple of days, get really, really organised, get, you know, clear your desks, ensure that your diary's up to date, ensure that everything's sorted, you're not going to come in and get distracted. And this is a point to me as well, because behind me I've got all the children's folders that they've brought back from school. So that is something that I will do today. I'll get some storage boxes and actually put those away, so that I'm not coming in every time thinking, oh, I've got that to do. And one day I'll have that job that I need to do in my business that I'll put off because I'm busy sorting out the children's schoolwork. So get organised, that's number one. Number two is, if you are like me, where you are planning to still run your business, still work with your clients, but the majority of time you will be working with your children, spending time with them, hanging out, playing with them, is my number one advice is to schedule all of your posts in advance. So that might be your blog post, your social media posts. And you can do that really easily. You just get a big piece of paper, map out content for the week. Let's just go for a week. Map it all out, decide what your key messages are, you know, decide which blog posts you're creating, which videos you're creating, which social media posts that you're creating, and then sit down, put a timer on for 90 minutes and sit down and write them, and then schedule them. And if you're thinking, blimey, that's a lot of writing, that's a lot of creation, go back through the content you've already created this year and reuse that. Because nobody's going to pull you up for reusing content. You know, look at what were your really popular blog posts that people really, you know, resonated with your message. Pull those out and use it again. You can always change the image that you've got attached to it, but reuse what you've already got. Perhaps you've got videos that you can put out again. You know, it doesn't matter if you've already put that content out there. It's your content, you can reuse it. The third tip that I've got for you today is to use tiny pockets of time. So, this morning, my guys were up at 7 o'clock. They've not got into the whole like staying in bed malarkey. So my guys were up at 7 o'clock and I was taking them out at 9 o'clock. So rather than like sitting in bed and faffing about, I got up, I got dressed, I put my makeup on, had my breakfast, and then I worked. So I ended up, whilst they were like in the pyjamas, lolling around, getting their breakfast, having their wash, getting dressed sort of thing, I actually spent an hour doing some work. So, and you get a lot done in an hour. You know that feeling when you used to work for your organisation, and it was that time just before you went off on your holidays, and you had all those things that had been in your inbox for yonks. All of a sudden you get the kind of motivation to get through them. And that's exactly what it's like when we kind of got tiny pockets of time, is get, you know, be really, really clear about the job that you're going to do in that time. And that's why my first one was at kind of step today was about getting organised so you don't get distracted. So number 3 is kind of working those tiny pockets of time, really making the most of that time because it's essential. You will do more in that hour than you probably do in half a day. And then you're done, aren't you? You know, 9 o'clock rolled round, everybody was ready, I popped them in the car and I took them off to where they were going today, and then it was all sorted. And I didn't have to come back here because I've got from 11 o'clock through to the end of the day I'm working with clients, and I don't have to think, oh, I've got this to do, I've got that to do, because I've done all that. And you can do the other ways that I've done this in the holidays is that I've got up really early, sat in my pyjamas and created a load of stuff and sent that out. You know, just be creative with your time. You run your own business, you're not working 9 till 5, so think about flexible ways that you can work and use tiny pockets of time. Obviously you need to be really clear about what it is that you're doing, otherwise you'll sit at your computer, open Facebook up, and you'll be lost for the next hour. Number 4 is, if you are juggling a business and childcare, this summer is give yourself a break. Be creative with your childcare. I have done all sorts of different things. Like in the past, I've put them in sports clubs, after school, holiday clubs, and all the rest of it. And this year, between just two girlfriends, so one is a lady who runs her own business, another one works for an organisation, and between the two of us, those two different girlfriends, I have created quite a lot of working capacity in my week by swapping childcare. So my friend, bless her, God bless her, has got my children for 24 hours. So I dropped them off at 9 o'clock this morning, and in return, her husband's dropping her children off and my children off tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. So I definitely won't be working tomorrow. But that has given me from kind of like 9:30 through to whenever, it'll be like 5 o'clock when I finish today, of guilt-free working, because the kids are happy. I know that I'm returning the favour tomorrow, and I've got that sort of arrangement throughout the holidays. So I've got at least 4 half days where one end of the day I've got this other friend's children, and the other part of the day she's got mine. So be really creative with your childcare. There are still jobs that need to be done in your business. For me, I still need capacity to work with my clients. So I've created that capacity by being creative with my childcare, and it's working really well. On day one, let's see how it goes. I might be feeling slightly less enthusiastic by the end of tomorrow. I won't. We'll have a lovely day tomorrow, because kids are actually, they're easy to manage when they've got like the friends as well, haven't they? So number 5 is automate your list building. So one of the big jobs for me this summer has been about automating my list. So I want to grow my audience. I've got some really brilliant opportunities for people coming up in September, and I want to ensure that I've got an audience who are ready to receive that information, to be supported with me, and there'll be a proportion of that audience who will want to come and work with me as well, which is brilliant. That's totally what I want to do. So automate your list building. So if you've already got like a lovely lead magnet, look at creating a Facebook ad around that. Have your email sequence in place, and let that Facebook ad run. Let that Facebook ad run. Let it do its job, gathering those new people to you. So you're building your list, have that email sequence set up, so you're welcoming people in, they're getting some further resources from you, however you decide to do your email marketing strategy. And kind of my top tip here around this is if you've got a specific product in mind that you're going to like launch and promote in September, is create a lead magnet that directly links to that. So if, let's say for me, if one of my lead magnet is my brilliant money quiz, so you can really quickly understand if you're repelling or attracting money to you as a business owner, which is absolutely key. And that will be one of my lead magnets. And it could be that I could have a product in September, October that is like a direct link to taking that work further. I have not decided on that yet, but that is kind of my top tip about that. So the other thing is, we lose momentum and focus in the summer, don't we? So we have all these great intentions, and some plans we get distracted. We get invitations to do last minute camping or last minute like trips to the pub or something like that. So all our intentions can start to get kind of lost. We get distracted. So I have created a brand new resource called the Savvy Entrepreneur Summer Business School, and this is kicking off on Monday. So for the 4 weeks in August, every single Monday you get like a mini masterclass, and each week's got a different theme. And the beauty of this is that it's giving you focus, it's giving you some resources, and it's giving you some accountability to actually do some activities in your business that's going to see you grow your business and be in a brilliant position for September when you come back to your business fully. Now that resource is totally free. I was going to make it a paid for product, but I've decided to create that as a lovely, lovely gift to my audience because I love them, and a gift to my existing and past clients as well, who are all on my email list. And if you think, yes, actually, you can be guilty of losing that focus and being distracted in the summer, and you understand how detrimental that can be to your results in September, October, and so on, I really invite you to have a look at the details of that and see if this is something you'd be interested in. So to find out details about the Savvy Entrepreneurs Summer Business School, you can totally look at it on and sign up for it today, because remember we're starting on Monday, and it's a bit.ly link. It's bit.ly/summer biz school, all in lowercase. So that is going to be a really brilliant resource for you if you are ready to kind of really be rocking your business in September, and you want to get your hands on that free resource, that free support that I'm offering to you this summer. So let me know how you get on with implementing those 5 steps, and I look forward to welcoming you over in the Savvy Entrepreneurs Summer Business School. Bye for now.